Here are the ingredients in Roundup. We've heard of that first ingredient already, glyphosate. The amount of glyphosate in each of these bottles varies slightly. This blue and white bottle has about 2% glyphosate, and this brown and gold one has about 1% glyphosate. Glyphosate is the active ingredient that actually works on the weed to kill it. And we're going to talk a little bit about that happens. I'll give you a spoiler alert now. It does not give the plant cancer. It essentially starves them. Plants obviously do not eat their protein, so they get protein in a very different way. Plants actually make their own protein. To try to explain how this process works, I created this basic diagram. I refer to it as the Pac-Man slide for what may be obvious reasons. The most important part of this is our Pac-Man, the plant enzyme. What happens here is the plant takes in molecules that are moving around inside of it, and that plant enzyme takes those molecules, uses them to form amino acids, and then those amino acids go on to produce the plant's protein. That protein feeds, we can see at the end of the chain, our dandelion, a common weed I'm sure we've all been frustrated with in our lives. So here we see our plant enzyme hard at work, making that protein, helping the dandelion survive. The way glyphosate in Roundup works is it comes in and essentially blocks that plant enzyme from taking in the molecules that it needs to make protein. So here we see that once the glyphosate blocks our Pac-Man, blocks that enzyme, the plant can no longer continue making amino acids and can no longer produce protein, and then our dandelion wilts and dies. It takes about a week for a weed like a dandelion to wilt and die after we spray Roundup or glyphosate on it, because it's essentially starving the plant to death. This is a process that only happens in plants because they have to have this unique process to make their proteins. It does not happen in humans because we eat our protein. So we can see that the glyphosate does not do anything to change the cell in any way. It does not alter the DNA inside the plant. It does not do anything we think of as cancer. It essentially starves the weed of the protein it needs to survive.